Rich Edson right there. Thanks very much, Rich. Matthew Whitaker is the former acting Attorney General and joins me now. I'm hearing that the evidence against Hunter is already damning. So, should he plead guilty now before it gets to the jury?
Well, it's good to be with you, Stuart. I think the miscalculation that Hunter's team has made is that he's going to be sympathetic. I think also they've made a calculation, quite cynically, that they have home field advantage. They're in a Delaware court with a Delaware jury, and they, I guess, figured that they wouldn't be convicted by this jury. I'm sure they've probably done presentations to mock juries and prepared for this, and they must think that their message is going to resonate. But these witnesses are lined up to, essentially draw a box around him so tight that there's no way to get him out of him checking the box that he was not a drug user at the time he bought that gun. And that's really the only evidence, a very simple case.
Would it make sense for him to plead guilty? Just get it over with now and avoid more embarrassment for his dad?
So I don't think he wants to face jail time. So I'm sure if the prosecution offered him a deal that avoided jail time, I don't know why he wouldn't take that. But, that may not be on the table, and they may not want to risk that eventuality. I think the big case, though, and where he faces more significant punishment ultimately is the tax trial that he's facing in the coming months. I think it starts in September in Los Angeles.
Next one, Matt. Listen to what Merrick Garland said about giving Congress access to Biden's tape recordings from that interview with Robert Hur. Watch this, please.
All of the reasons that Congress has given us for why they need the audio are satisfied with respect to the tapes. That it provided Mr. Hur's testimony in full, and we provided Mr. Hur's testimony report. We've gone as far as we can go to accommodate. We're trying to protect our ability to do investigations in this case and in any other case.
Matthew, we're never going to see these tapes, are we?
Merrick Garland is standing on a little tiny piece of land and trying to defend that. I think Congress has the stronger argument, but at the end of the day, everything that Congress does requires 218 votes, and so if they can't put together the number of votes to hold him in contempt, it doesn't really have any teeth. The accommodation process essentially has been interpreted by the courts to, let the two sides work it out. But, typically Congress gets what they want, especially if there's not a law enforcement interest. And I haven't heard Merrick Garland express really any defense of his position other than it's embarrassing to President Biden.
But you need 218 votes in the House to get to see those held him in contempt. Got it. We're never going to see them. Matt Whitaker, thank you very much for being with us this morning, sir. Right. You know what you're talking about, and that helps. Cheers.
See you next time,
President Biden's worries about Hunter's